Hi, how you doing? Babe's here, and she's gonna tell you a little bit about some special news, actually. So I'm gonna let Babe take it away.
Hi guys, I am obviously C's girlfriend.
Obviously.
It's been a while. And I'm here today for a little coffee talk to tell you guys about my new podcast. I am launching a podcast for women. It's all about spirituality and spiritual evolution and growth. And I just really wanted to create a safe space for women to share our stories and my own personal experience and allow you guys to level up to your best self through spirituality and manifest your dream life so that you can become the entrepreneur and CEO of your own business.
Ooh. I'm gonna ask Babe some questions so that you guys can kind of get familiar with what the podcast is about and why we think that it's a really good podcast for you guys to listen to, and then just to get to know a little bit about Babe. Of course, we'll do our own like girlfriend tag. I'll do a girlfriend tag where y'all will learn like a lot about Babe. Your mom called Sam. But for now, we're just gonna ask questions specifically for the podcast. So the first question is, why Align and Hustle?
Why the name Align and Hustle?
Yes.
So that kind of came to me as like a spiritual download. Can I like talk to you?
You want to talk to me or the camera?
Yeah, I mean, because
Okay.
it's kind of, you're asking me the question.
Yeah.
So it kind of came to me as like a spiritual download. I was playing with a few words, but align came to me first, and it was always like the entire thing is all about alignment. And I think your average person would hear it and go, align and hustle. So clearly I'm like working on my spiritual stuff and then I'm hustling and working my ass off. But it's not about that. It's about how when you're in alignment, the hustle is just the inspired action that manifestation allows you to have. Just the natural drive, your natural intuition, and really tapping into that. So I just felt like it was a play on society's idea of what hustle mentality really is and elevating it to something that's sustainable through self-love and being able to preserve your energy.
I mean, how could y'all not? Like, just that alone with, I mean, y'all should already be going to the Instagram and the link and following and getting ready. Like, that would make me want to listen to it right now. So that was amazing.
You're interviewing me. I've never been interviewed by
It's okay,
you.
Babe, you're doing a great job. Isn't Babe doing a great job, guys? Put in the comments. All right. Okay, so now that we know the name of the podcast is Align and Hustle, how many episodes are we getting blessed with?
Okay, so on Monday, November 9th, which hopefully you guys are seeing this then or a little bit after, I have 2 episodes going up. I have episode parts 1 and 2. Episode 1 is called All In. I basically give you guys just a breakdown of everything we're going to cover, and then I go deep, like in depth into a really personal story of my abuse so you guys can get a feel for why I'm so passionate about this. Then I'm adding an additional episode called The Reality of Self-Care on Wednesday. So on launch week, you guys get 3 full-length podcast episodes, and then from there, every single Monday, on your way to work, in the shower, wherever you are, you can always have me to help lift up your Monday motivation.
I don't know about y'all, but that's like an early Christmas present, so you're welcome. Shoot, I didn't know about that extra Wednesday one. Okay, all right. And since we're speaking about podcasts, what is your current favorite podcast right now?
Can I pick 2?
Yeah, sure, baby.
Okay,
I'm sure
so-
they would love to hear like what and why.
Okay, well, of course they're both by women. So my 2 current favorite podcasts are Manifestation Babe by Catherine Zankina, because she's a manifestation life coach, and I just feel like she's very aligned, and spiritually we're definitely at like the same level. With like obviously financially within her business, she's a little ahead of me, but spiritually very aligned. And then the other one is the Illuminated Woman podcast. I feel like that just pours light back into women at such an like a high vibe kind of way, and there really are not many podcasts like that.
Okay. And so just for everyone to know, like why, like what separates Align and Hustle from those 2 that you just listed?
So I think what everyone is searching for, we're always looking for a place to feel included, accepted, heard, and also represented as our authentic selves. And I don't think there's enough spaces like that. I feel like there are a lot of superficial spaces that want to say that they are like that. But as far as actually providing help and a safe space, I don't think there are many things like that right now. So Align and Hustle basically gives you the opportunity to, on your own time, in your own space, without anyone's opinions or judgment. You can listen to something that's good for your soul and help motivate you and bring you into a more positive mental state with someone who's gone through so many things and had to learn how to lift themselves up on their own. I think that it's really important that we have spaces like this, and there's always going to be something people can take from it. So my podcast is very literally your first step in your spiritual awakening and becoming the version of you that you're meant to become.
That was beautiful, babe.
Thanks.
All right, that was great. So what are like some of the platforms that we all can find your podcast on?
You guys can stream my podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcast. If you guys don't have any streaming service, I also have them all uploaded on YouTube. That's just youtube.com/StephanieTier. Same as my Instagram handle. So you guys can stream all the episodes there. Basically, any place you can podcast, you can Align and Hustle.
Ooh, guys, come on, stop playing around. Get to it. Okay, so of course we're gonna put all the links in the description. But is there like a Facebook or an Instagram or a Twitter or anything for Align and Hustle?
Yes, so that's at align.hustle on Instagram, and it's really beautiful because what I'm doing is building a community where we can all share our thoughts and feelings about every episode that we listen to every week, and kind of create a discussion under the posts in the comments, so everyone can kind of tap in and talk to each other at where they are in their journey, whether they're in the same place or different spaces. I'm just basically trying to drive people together to help heal and grow together from their own experiences. So that is align.hustle on Instagram.
Ooh, and we'll just go ahead and throw the Instagram on this screen right now, just so y'all can get to following right now.
And feel free to share all those quotes. I work really hard on those.
Yes. And then I'm sure everyone else is wondering this question, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask for everybody else. But
yes, babe, you're gonna be on the podcast.
That's not what I was gonna say, but I mean, special episode. No, I was actually, the other thing everybody was wondering about was merch. Will there be merch for your podcast?
Anyone wondering? Is anyone?
I'm pretty sure people are wondering.
Calling and asking.
I mean, I've gotten a few DMs, so I feel like you just the fans want to know, babe. The fans want to know.
I feel like you want to know.
I want to know. But no, for real, will there be merch anytime soon, or just that we can look forward to?
Yeah, so I think that as far as merch, Welcome to the Align and Hustle podcast. I'm Stephanie Tier, and I'm so excited to get into today's episode. This podcast is all about spirituality, manifestation, and becoming the girl boss that you've always dreamed of becoming. We talk about healing, self-love, growth, and everything you need to evolve into the best version of yourself. I'm so excited to share this time with you, and I'm so grateful for what's in store for this podcast. Now let's get into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome for the first time ever to the Align and Hustle podcast. It feels so weird and crazy to finally say that. Here we are, a new chapter, a new monumental journey in my life. I am here to introduce you to my dream podcast that I hold so close to my heart. I can't wait to share this time and experience with you, learning and growing and evolving together. I'm so thankful to finally be able to bring these beautiful things I've learned over the past few years into a space that can help other women evolve and make drastic and immense changes in their life that they need. Normally, we go on all these journeys alone, but I decided to create a space that we can do it together, and most importantly, feel safe honoring who we are through every single minute of it. This is a space for you to feel invited, heard, safe, free, and awakened to the infinite universe around you. My entire vision for this podcast was simple when you break it down into what my intention was. I simply wanted to create a platform that allowed women to learn, feel, and grow from the pains and stressors life has thrown at us. I wanted women to have a space to make beauty of their pain, to make light out of darkness, to make their wildest dreams come true from their once limited mindsets. And I can confidently say that with this podcast, I have done just that. I am so thankful, so damn thankful that this is a part of my new life, my new job. I could have never imagined going this route, and especially being this damn passionate about something I've never even tried or aspired to do previously. But the funny thing is, I've always wanted to speak and empower people, especially women. and you see how the universe has an ironic way of creating exactly what you ask for in ways that you least expect it. My entire journey up until now has been a compilation of experiences meant to prepare me to help you, the woman listening, the women who need to be heard and recognized. I am here, and I'm also you. The one beautiful thing we have is our unity, our sharing of similar experiences, and in that, we have strength to get through it together. So all of that being said, I can't wait for you guys to listen to the first episode of the podcast. It's actually a 2-part episode that's filled with such great knowledge and also touches on a very deep and personal part of my life that I haven't shared in depth on any of my social media platforms in the past. Before I go, I want to share with you some of the amazing topics I'm going to be covering throughout this podcast and what you can expect to find here. This podcast is mainly driven by spirituality and your connection to yourself and the universe. Everything I do is so consciously inspired by my commitment to myself, and that is a beautiful thing I want to share with all of you. I'm also going to be teaching manifestation and the law of attraction, the reality of self-care and what self-love looks like on a day-to-day basis, and so much amazing stuff about business and entrepreneurship, and how you can set yourself up for success. I even teach you how to create your dream life and actually bring those things you've desired forever into your reality. This podcast is your one-stop shop for everything spiritual growth and owning a successful, thriving business. As an extension of my podcast, I actually have created some really beautiful things to make this experience all that more amazing. As soon as this podcast episode is live, so is my brand new website, stephanietier.com, where you can find all my Align and Hustle clothing merch, notebooks to take spiritual notes as you listen and grow with me through every episode, and even downloadable worksheets to help you manifest your dream life, heal through negative subconscious beliefs, and so much more. So definitely go check out my website for Align and Hustle stuff that you can take with you and work with hands-on. I know that I'm such a visual learner, and I wanted you guys to be able to work on your manifestations and your healing in real time and start creating your reality that you desire. So again, that's stephanietier.com for all of the Align and Hustle merch. Another beautiful addition to the podcast is my brand new subscription box company, The Align Box. I created the Align Box as an extension of the podcast to help bring the self-care rituals that we'll be covering into your everyday life. This is a more hands-on way to practice spirituality and get in touch with your intuitive powers. My self-love ritual boxes are themed and contain amazing things like sage wands, Palo Santo, new crystals every month, and even oracle cards for spiritual practice. Every single box theme I have come up with consciously and intuitively, so guided, and I also am handmaking all of the products, and every product brought to you in the self-love boxes are made through Glamonizers. I can't wait for you to check it out and implement these conscious rituals into your routine. Make sure to check out thealignbox.com for updates on our first box. All right, you guys, that's all I've got for you for this introduction episode, but make sure to check back for the first full episode, parts 1 and 2. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.